Hello and welcome to the first edition of Irish Basketball Monthly for 2013. We have a packed show in store, so let's take a look at what's coming up over the next hour. We're at the IAA for Ladies Nivea SuperLeague action as Killester hosted Team Montenotte Hotel Cork. We visit the KUBS of Kilbarrack and take in their Under-18 National Cup quarter-final against Moycullen. Our cameras were at Meteors for their festive fun day and we got to spend some time with their Ladies SuperLeague team. We feature Nivea Men's SuperLeague action between Killester and Neptune, where we had unprecedented behind-the-scenes access to the referees. And your chance to win 2 tickets to an up-and-coming event at the Aviva Stadium, courtesy of Red Corner Money. But first, it's the Nivea Women's Super League game between Killester and Team Montenotte Hotel Cork. So let's see if 6th place Killester can take a scalp off one of the big three. Will Downey watch this one?
Blistering start for the girls from Glanmire so far. Team Montenotte Hotel Cork in the white. 21 points to 7 up. None of those actually three-point plays, but quite a few of them have come from Killester in the orange, who fall even further behind. Tamika Bacic, the 22-year-old Croatian. It's her first season playing professional and doing well too. Leah Westbrooks, part of that great clan. Orla Keown, former Ireland Under-16 international, has support back around the three-point line, back for Westbrooks. Killester needs scores and lots of them early on, and they might get one here. Amy Russell, who was MVP in the Under-19A Girls Schools League final at the start of 2012, trying to round off 2012 as a winner with Killester tonight, but they are in bother here. It's another score from Niamh Dwyer. Glanmire looking good, leading by 25 points to 9. Lots of support. Westbrooks is up for Killester. This is Orla Keown for Westbrooks again. There's a three-point chance here. Orla Keown's got it. Very, very good score. 15-point advantage for Glanmire. Is held up by Michelle Clark, looking to bring it further in. Paula Mahan was on the overlap. Emma Norton is in support if needed, and probably is, by Lorraine Scully. Had a little look and went for it herself, did Scully. There was a rebound, but a couple of air shots, and eventually Westbrook, it's not third time lucky. Here comes the turnover. Gráinne Dwyer moving it on, and the long effort by Anya McKenna wouldn't go home. Big physicality. And to the free throw line for Glanmire, looking to increase their 15-point advantage, but failing. Second bite from Gráinne Dwyer. She's increased it by 1. And what is an immense advantage. Killester must try and plug as quickly as they can. They've got the 2 points, and there's another potential of 1 from the free throw line. Michelle Clark has drawn the foul and missed a chance to make it a 13-point game. It's a 3-point play from Mimi. Excellent score from the former Under-16 International Player of the Year. Tenacity. Killester need more of that. Niamh Dwyer, who has always had that in bounds. Attempts from the free throw line from the former Irish Player of the Year. That's 1. This for 2. Not this time. Rebound claimed by Michelle Clark. Westbrooks is on the overlap and on this near side. Claimed by Caroline Flynn. Played for Ireland in the European Championships 6 years ago now. Michelle Clark gets that. 12-point game, but from one end to the other and in. Put home by Niamh Dwyer. And the margin just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and Killester have not had the wherewithal to try and plug it successfully. Anya McKenna with the steal and the score. It is a 19-point game. Glanmire on the way to victory, but still in the penultimate quarter of no laurels to rest on. Went valuably through Scully, and this is Caroline Flynn now. Lots of support from Amy Russell, and that's a long try from Michelle Clark, which just did not come off. Rebound claimed by Gráinne Dwyer. Lots of great rebounding. That is mesmerising. It's almost a score. Tamika Bacic found very quickly by Niamh Dwyer, but drew the foul. And from the free throw line, this for a 20-point game. Not this time from the Croat. Former under-16 international, played in the Euros for her country. It's 20 now. Bacic adds another to the collection. And Glanmire have been effective in their play tonight, and Killester have not been. Another example, Anya McKenna with another steal, and it's another good score from Murray Breen, Junior International Player of the Year from quite a while ago now. Past the quarter century of a lead for Glanmire. Effective all night. And at this stage, the result very much unaffected by Ciara Flaherty's score. Glanmire coasting and have largely taken the foot off the pedal and still have a strong lead of 24 points. Gráinne Dwyer has the pop. That's going in. 81 points to 55. Back in. Scully was in support. Glanmire get the win. 83 to 57. It was a rout in Killester tonight.
I think we just kept playing. Like, it was a scrappy game for a lot of it, and you know, Kester didn't make anything easy for us, and the important thing is that we just kept playing and we kept trying to do the right things, and eventually we started knocking down some shots and it gave us a bit of a lead, and we just held on to it for the rest of the game.
It's tough, but I think each time we play at home we get better and better, you know. As the season goes on, I think we'll get better.
Ciara Flaherty, I play for Killester and I'm post player. DCU. Emer Nocton. She just puts too much gel in her hair. Me? Let me see. My phone, my basketball, and Ryan Gosling. Chinese. God, Taylor Swift. We are never getting back together. Bambi. Most embarrassing moment. I don't know. When I airballed a free throw during a college game and it was a winner and I missed it. Michael Jordan. Stop drinking. Alcohol, period, forever. It's not good.
Coming up after the break, we head to Dublin's north side as we visit the KUBS and feature their under-18 National Cup quarter-final against Galway's Moycullen. And later in the show, there's your chance to win 2 tickets to an up-and-coming event at the Aviva Stadium, courtesy of Red Corner Money. Stay with us.
Want to join in the fun and play basketball? There are currently 1,700 schools with 26,000 students and 229 clubs with 15,000 players taking part. So make sure to find your local school or club on the Basketball Ireland Club Finder.
KUBS is one of the newer clubs in Irish basketball and has enjoyed huge growth over the last number of years. We took in their Under-18 National Cup game against Moycullen and spoke to a few of the club members. Now we're here in the Carl Arena, fantastic facility. Can you tell us a little bit about its development?
Well, it was the sports hall of Greendale Community School, which closed down in 2007. But prior to that, around about 2000, it was vandalised and we needed to have it refurbished. The Department of Education wasn't willing to spend the money, so essentially we got voluntary input, and Vinnie Green was the lead man. Vinnie had used this place for basketball before on a rented basis, and he then offered to refurbish the place if the board were agreeable to give him the usage rent-free. And that's exactly what was agreed. And you know, it is an arena that can be used for internationals. That is even good accommodation for spectators.
How important is it to have sport and a facility like this in a community?
Well, I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely wonderful. This facility, provided it's accessible to the community, and this is what Vinnie and his team do. They have the kids in here, and they collaborate a lot with the local primary schools. All the local primary schools have time slots here with expert coaching provided by KUBS. Some American professional coaches, for instance. So this is very, very good.
So every Monday and Wednesday morning I come here, and a couple of classes come over from 2nd to 6th class. They come over and I will run through basketball workouts, about 40 minutes a class. I have 2 classes on Monday morning and 5 on Wednesday morning. So they come here, teach them fundamentals, and then we play a match at the very end. You know, 4, 5, 6 weeks along, and you know, a lot of these kids are getting really good at the game of basketball, and they're developing a passion for it, which is the most important thing. You want them to have fun over everything.
The KUBS has a strong family ethos surrounding their club, with children often following in their parents' footsteps and taking up the game. The Chubs are one such family, with Carl and Michael introducing their kids to basketball at an early age.
It was just natural to us, you know, our lives before we had children. Michael and I, we were on the run all the time. We'd be down the country playing, whatever. And then when the children came along, they just came with us, and they just became part of the scene. And he would be in his buggy Emmett, and he'd be, you know, cracking jokes with the other kids running around.
My overriding memory of coaching both Owen and Michael was actually trying to get out of the gym after a training session, because it was always just a few more minutes, a few more shots, you know.
Seeing your parents coach and everything they did and what they contributed, did that make you want to be a coach then?
I'd say it did have an influence on it, you know, because you know, a lot of kids, you know, once you finish basketball, that's your day over. But when you come home to our house, whatever room you go into, you're going to be talking basketball. So
that's the only thing I ever grew up with was basketball. Non-stop talk about it.
It definitely did. It did have a factor on me getting involved with coaching.
The club was set up originally, KUBS Basketball Club, by like-minded people who just love the sport, and every team has a parent involved.
Sarah McCann is one of those parents, as she can be often found courtside helping her son Ross while he coaches. Although she does wonder at times how much her advice is welcomed.
And Ross is coaching now as well.
Okay.
So I try and help him a bit there. But I don't shut my mouth. So I'm saying stuff, even if I'm not asked to, I'll be saying it, and sometimes it's not welcome. But yeah, we do. Basketball will be discussed and games will be discussed afterwards.
Ross, what did you learn from your mum growing up?
Just with basketball, like I just sort of learned from her. Like she just seems so strong that I learned that you just got to push yourself. And that's what I've done over the last few years.
And what about the facility the KUBS have? It must be great to have that.
Brilliant. We really are. Every club should have it, but we're really, really spoiled with it. It's brilliant. The lads like Vinnie and Dave have put huge work into pulling it together. You know, brilliant.
Carl Arena has been just fantastic. You know, I think that's part of the success story, to have such great facilities. Obviously, we've been blessed with some very good coaches, the Chubs, obviously, and McCann's, and you know, we have under our under 17, under 18 teams are a very good standard. We certainly don't want to lose those players, so we will be looking to go National League, and who knows, depending on funding in the future, we do have an ambition to have a Super League team here in Carroll Arena at some stage.
Close contest up to this stage, but Moycullen in the green and gold have led pretty much all the way. Cubs got the opening score, but since then it's been all Moycullen. Taken up by Patrick Lyons, the captain of the Irish under-18s, had support alongside from Sean Camden, but has drawn the foul. And here's an opportunity of an even stronger lead. The foul against Gary Barron, and the first is in from Patrick Lyons, captain for club and country. Successful second time around as well. It's a 6-point lead for Moycullen in this under-18 National Cup quarter-final, and home side Cubs have to work very hard to get back into this. Rejected and brought away by Patrick Lyons. Lots of positive play from Stephen O'Brien so far. 12 points heading into this final quarter. Lyons again. Moycullen led by 5 points at the end of the first quarter, by 7 at half-time. The lead may be 6 now, but it was only an advantage of 2 at the end of the third quarter. But they are really turning it on now. Stephen O'Brien adds another 2 points to his collection, and the lead is now 8. But an important score. Conor McCracken just edging things back slightly from the point of view of the Dublin side. Kilbarrack, Greendale based in this Carroll Arena. But they find themselves 6 down, and it will be increased by 2 more again. It's another very good score by Patrick Lyons, who had support from Dylan Costello. And for Cubs and coach Owen Chubb, the starting guard with the Killester Super League team before his injury, the former youth international, trying to see his side edge themselves back into it. Down to 6 now. A good score by Ross McCann. 13 points for him now. He and Anton McDonnell among the top scorers for Cubs today. And all of the good work, largely scoring-wise, coming from Moycullen, who have scored more heavily. Lead by 6. They're drawing more fouls too. Stephen O'Brien, lots of support around. Sean Camden is back. Dylan Costello to find Patrick Lyons, who has the effort. Went for a decent jump shot. It's travelling, which has been called, and there is still hope for Cubs here that they might be able to wrest their spot in the semi-finals. Dylan Kessie regularly playing on the Dublin under-18. And from the free throw line, this is Kevin O'Hanlon, the Irish under-18 international, who scored the first from the free throw line to make it a 5-point game. Major travelling from him every week. He lives in Monaghan. His home court is here in deepest Dublin, and he's made it a 4-point game. Cubs still have a chance. Mark Rowan through Sean Camden. Working hard to move it on is Dylan Costello. Costello back for Camden, who will have a try for 3. Worthy attempt. He's already scored 2 3-pointers in this contest, and he's got 8 points. But Cubs are breaking. They're going to score through Ross McCann. 15 points now. The Cubs are just 2 down. 75 seconds to go. There's still hope for the Dublin outfit. Dylan Costello trying to round things off. He's managed to get it to drop. A 4-point game. Moycullen have led almost exclusively. Cubs led just the once right at the start, but they have the opportunity of wresting something finally. Missed from the free throw line. Narrow margins such as that, it's a point that they could have been crying out for at the end. Anton McDonnell it is who has managed to get the second one successfully in. But breaking through from Moycullen is Mark Rowan. Out of bounds. Cubs still have hope. In the final minute, Moycullen only lead by 3. This is Kevin O'Hanlon, the Ireland under-18 international. What use a 3-pointer would be here, at least a 2 to make it a 1-point game. Rebounds, but not in. Mark Rowan to restart. KUBS failing to score last time out. Such a fillip for the team from the west. Patrick Lyons looking to push the initiative. Half a minute to go, 3 points, still nothing. You can say that about 4. Maybe not necessarily about 5. Second attempt from the free throw line for Patrick Lyons, and he has scored, and Moycullen lead by 5 with 28 seconds to go. KUBS need 2 scores. A 3-pointer would be so useful, but they just need to score. Dylan Kessick took his time, comes out to Anton McDonald. Good attempt, not in, went for the 3. Another long try coming from Conor McCracken, trying to blade it inside. Half block, Mark Rowan to bring it away. 8 seconds. And back to the free throw line. And the first attempt successful for Mark Rowan. And the next one will make it a 3.3 score game. And that surely is it now. 7 points between them. KUBS had only 8 seconds in which to do something, in which to score. They managed to get 2 points back to Kevin O'Hanlon, but that will surely be that. Moycullen have done exquisitely throughout, and they've got the result. They're into the under-18 semi-finals.
Oh, geez, that's great. Yeah, we've been working really hard the last few weeks, and just to get KUBS back, you know, us against KUBS is always a really good battle, and just to get this win now is really special. Hopefully we can go longer now, yeah.
At the end of the day, it was neck and neck game. It could have gone either way. At an under-18 competition, you know, the standard is that high that it can be anyone's on any one day. They came second in their group, we came first, and it was just unfortunate that Moycullen came out and played their game.
Coming up in part 3, we'll be stopping by Meteors of Sandyford for their festive fun day and get the inside scoop on their ladies Super League team. And later on in the show, Red Corner Money give you your chance to win 2 tickets to an up-and-coming event at the Aviva Stadium. Welcome back. Meteors is one of the biggest women's clubs in the country, with teams ranging from junior right up to Super League level. Today we're at Clough to meet some of the people behind the success. So tell me a bit about Meteors. When was the club formed?
Meteors was actually formed in 1965. It actually has roots on the north side of the city in Clontarf. It was set up by a Trinity College student who was over from Malaysia. It was an all-women's, just one team. And then it was taken over eventually by Fintan Clark, who was an Irishman, moved over to the south side, and was amalgamated about 20 years later in the late 80s with St Mary's Youth Club in Ballally, where Pat Clark, Fintan's wife, was involved.
As the club developed, we saw the importance of getting involved with local schools, and that involvement has kind of expanded really much into the South County Dublin area, where we're involved. We have players playing in the club with a variety of schools, Loretto schools, here Clough, the Easterbourne, and Teresians. So we have a lot of feeder schools. Mostly all of our girls are involved in schools. It's very, very tough on them because they are playing school matches, and some days I would have kids coming in their school gear to play or to train with us later on in the evenings. So it's really, really full on. In one way it's great for them because the more you play, the more you improve. The more exposure you get to games and different coaches and different techniques, it can only help kids improve.
I love the game. I absolutely love the sport. So the underage games are the thing for me. I try to get to as many of the games as I can. I like to see some of the very young players. I think we've had 8 of our current Super League team now at the moment have come right through from our academy, and it's great to see them progress from a very young age to go right up and to be the important players in the club.
As a club as a whole, I think we're doing pretty fantastic. We are, getting the message across to the athletes. Our Super League team is not where we want them to be yet, but we're getting there. Obviously, they're a very young team compared to the rest of the league, so we know it's going to take a while to develop them. But we are moving forward, small steps, but we are progressing and we're happy enough with that.
You've been involved with the club for a while. What are your favourite memories?
Oh, there's loads of them, to be honest, in the club. Obviously, helping the senior 3 team get promoted to senior 1 in 2 years, that's one of them. Helping my athletes develop and getting some of them picked on the Irish squad, that makes you feel happy as a coach. You know, some of the stuff you're doing is great. Getting Club Person of the Year last year was great as well. It just shows that my work here at the club is appreciated, and absolutely, that just makes me happy there.
Meteors underage programmes have seen great success with a huge number of players representing Ireland in international tournaments. We grabbed Maeve Ryan and Lorna McNamee to tell us what it's like at under-18s level. So you do much training for the Irish team?
Well, at the moment we're doing once a month, and then at Christmas we're doing a camp.
And what are you training for?
The Cherbourg tournament in Denmark.
And Maeve, like, does playing for the senior team, like been training with them and being on the paddle and seeing what they're capable of, did that help you then when you went to try it for the Irish team?
Yeah, I mean, there's people on the senior team and they're so much bigger and so much stronger and older and more experienced, so you're the runt of the team basically, and you're forced into playing up and playing your best and becoming stronger as a player. So when you went to the Irish team trials and everything, like, it goes into practice, all those trainings of being the runt, and then you start, like, now it's you who's be stronger than the others.
Fiona, Beth and Karen Meany play for Meteors Nivea SuperLeague team. Impressive considering these 3 girls are also sisters. So Beth, families are really big in Irish basketball. Was it always obvious that you were going to get involved because of your parents?
I think at a young age we all tried different sports. We weren't really forced into the basketball, but I started out because a lot of my friends in primary school were playing, so I joined the academy here that we have in Meteors, and then they followed, I think. So.
Fiona, what memories do you have of your parents coaching you when you were younger?
I never actually had my mum or dad actually as a coach, but I will always remember my dad at every one of my games, and I can, for some reason, his voice, even if there's a massive crowd there, his voice I can still pick out, you know, give me direction or whatever. So I suppose from the sideline they would have both coached me a good bit over the years, especially in school.
Did your sisters influence you as well?
Yeah, they did. Like when obviously I started after they did, kind of like following them. Like I was the youngest, but I only started because they had, and obviously when they made Irish teams and stuff, it was always kind of like I wanted to do that, or when they made Dublin teams, things like that. And again, like especially the school and everything as well, when I saw them play in finals, like I wanted to do the same. So yeah. And then like off the court when you go home, is it all you talk about? We would have a post-game family, mum, dad, the 3 of us, post-game analysis, and then maybe the next day or the next day. But we try to leave it as leave the basketball behind us as much as possible. Yeah.
So having met the Meany sisters, I got a chance to interrogate the rest of the SuperLeague side with some interesting revelations. What's the best thing about playing with Meteors?
Well, there's a couple of things. There's a long tradition and history of the club, so I started under 12, so it's nice to have something that has been a part of my life for so many years. Along with that, obviously, it's all the great people I've met through it. Had some really great coaches over the year, like Pat Cork and Joe Kavanagh, who both passed away, and they're really instrumental in my lives. And then obviously everyone who's on this team and all the other players who I've had the chance to play with over the years, like great opportunities, great people.
And Dara, what was the strangest thing you found when you came to Meteors?
Oh gosh. The fake town definitely was one of them. But in our club?
Yeah.
I just found it so interesting how like tight-knit this group is, and I think that has to go with how Susie said, like, they've known each other since they were so young, and it's completely different in America. You literally know somebody for like a year, 2 years tops. So like the bond that they have is really, really interesting, and it's amazing. So it's like I feel honored and blessed to be a part of it.
Where do you like to go out?
We love Club 92. we go there quite a lot. And then there's Philly's, the bar and restaurant, and they're our sponsors as well. So it's really handy. It's like we get VIP whenever we go up, and we get 20% off from Philly, so it's really good.
And their food is so
really,
good.
Really good. Really good.
Yes. Yeah. Order the lasagna. Order the lasagna.
He's the loudest on the team, on and off the court.
And Dear, maybe.
Yeah, Dear.
Close second. Two of them.
Elaine, who takes the longest to get ready?
Honestly, yeah, me.
Jay.
Actually, yeah, Jay. Let's call
a good 10 hours.
Jay's not here, but Jay takes forever.
Yeah.
We're
What
bums
did
all
it
here.
take? 3 hours on the bus home from where was that? Cork. To do your eyes.
Just your eyes.
Susie, what's the youngest guy you'd ever go out with?
Oh.
Well, actually.
Go on. That's not me. I suppose 20 years old.
The margins have changed slightly.
Elaine, is Susie likely to tell the truth always?
When the cameras are on, no. Susie's good for a good story.
So we've heard from the ladies. Now let's see how they got on with their half-court shots.
Susie Doyle, small forward.
Rebecca Nagel, point guard. Shooting guard. Carmini, forward.
Susan Fogarty, forward.
McNamee, forward. And then Caffrey, shooting guard.
Indira Collins, shooting guard.
Fiona Meany, shooting guard.
Hugh Kilbride, water technician.
Join us after the break for Nivea Men's Super League action between Killester and Neptune, where we had unprecedented behind-the-scenes access to the referees. And you'll have your chance to win 2 tickets to an up-and-coming event at the Aviva Stadium, courtesy of Red Corner Money. Stay with us.
Want to join in the fun and play basketball? There are currently 1,700 schools with 26,000 students and 229 clubs with 15,000 players taking part. So make sure to find your local school or club on the Basketball Ireland Club Finder.
Referees in general get a tough time, and basketball is no different. We met up with Paul Dempsey, one of Super League's best-known whistleblowers, to get their side of the story.
Every referee will tell you that they're there for the challenge. They love it. As I said, it's like a bug, and everybody gets a lot out of it. At National League level, we spend so many weekends together, travelling up and down the country. You have to get relationships going. You have to enjoy people's company, and we rely so much on each other on the court. So there's a lot of trust, and relationships are built up, and yeah, the camaraderie it's good. It's very good. I mean, some of my best friends are either referees or ex-referees, and you never lose them. to referee at this level, the step up from local league basketball to men's Super League basketball is just huge, and it's tough, but it's brilliant.
So you enjoy the challenge that it brings?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I should have been put out to pasture, I'd say, a couple of years ago. And I tried to take a couple of years off, but I'm back. It never leaves your system. I think there's a lack of communication between coaches and referees, and the blame is on both sides. We're both trying to work on that and try and, improve it. I mean, we're only here to facilitate the game. So it's an aspect of the game that is not as good as it should be, but something that we're both working on. We have to crack with them before the game. We have to crack with them after the game, but it's quite frustrating for both of us, both players and ourselves, during the game, because we feel they don't understand what we're doing and they don't understand what or vice versa.
Before the game begins, Paul and his fellow referees Maciek Nazimic and Tom Quinn go through their usual preparations.
Matchups, just to discuss, we prepare for the point player. There will be Jerry Union, probably they'll be marking with Robbie Clarks.
Yeah.
To be aware that whoever is the trail, stay close to them and see what's going on. On the other hand, on the low post, we're going to have American player for Neptunes. We'll be marking with Kieran O'Brien.
Okay, yeah.
Probably so there will be two marking over there. So wherever we got the strong side, and they will match it to make sure that will be rotation. Whoever will be the lead over there, rotate on the side when it's the
at all times. Yeah. So there's no room here anyway.
Yeah. So I think that the end line on both sides, there's loads of space. So make sure that you even take extra step back so better see.
There's a load of chairs in there.
Is it?
Yeah, all along the end line.
At the end, we just quick check. And I think at this point we refereeing both teams many times, so we kind of know what we can expect. Warming. If we need to go for the warming, we go for the warming, and this is it for the old players, all the team. But if they want to ask the question, quick answer, quick question. Don't get too involved in the conversation with the coaches, especially with
Neptune.
We got a Jared Noonan. He likes to question almost everything. So the same. If we stop it at the beginning, we should be okay later. Okay. Notice that Killester, for the most game, they playing the full court press. So make sure that the new lead is as well helping. So we make a triangle very tight, and we all help. On the transmission, the same. If the ball goes here, center helps in moving with the ball. If the center make it open, so for the official, so he knows that you're taking the ball, and at the same time we move to the front court. Loads of helps for the center. The same on the shot. Make sure that whoever is the train don't get step back, step in to help what's happening.
Right. Okay, guys. And remember, we are team. Help each other.
Jerry Newman's the captain of them, yeah. He starts. He doesn't play the point. Like Mick McGinn will play the point, but they will try to rile him up.
With the game tipping off, we'll be keeping a close eye on our referees. Will Downing is your commentator.
Neptune in the white with a slight advantage so far on Killester's home court. 15 points to 14. Here comes the drive up court and in for the lead by Michael Bonaparte. Back with Killester again this month. Previously with Neptune. Played all around the world. Multi-talented. Gary Walsh, the former Ireland under-18 captain. Still floating just outside. It's come to Ian McLaughlin, who's had a try for three. It is a wonderful score to put Neptune ahead by 2. Brilliant three-pointer by Ian McLaughlin. So how now do Killester turn it round? By doing something similar. $20 points to 19 was Neptune's lead at the end of the first quarter. And now they're looking to ramp things on. The shot coming from Gary Walsh. Given for travelling. 1 point lead it remains for Neptune, and it's a fascinating call that. Killester bring it on once more, a long try, and it was sent in for Fergal Flood, but the buzzer went first.
No, it's good. No time out. No time out. And it's fairly fast.
Just watch the bumping going. Like there's loads of the ball, so whoever's the centre,
make sure that we catching all those like bumps because they pass each other and it's always like be careful.
Okay. Have the advantage by 1 in this second quarter. Michael Westbrook's support from Kieran Rowe. Well, that brilliant three-pointer in the first quarter. Through towards Westbrook's again. Decent attempt which didn't go in. The rebound falling for Jared Noonan, the Neptune captain. Trying to bring it on further. Travelling again, and we've seen a lot of that in this game.
Say that to me again.
If he slaps the board, is that not goaltending?
Not necessarily, but if the ball comes into contact with the ring and it's vibrating as a result of the bang and misses, yes.
Killester doing their utmost to keep the momentum and the lead up. That would have given them an even stronger advantage. Missed by Alan Casey on the rebound. Just beneath the basket, taken away by Jared Noonan. Neptune pressing and travelling again. So Killester with a strong lead at half-time, 41 points to 35.
You're telling me you anticipated when it was going to stop there and you called it trouble?
No, I didn't anticipate it. I saw you stop, but then you moved about 2 feet forward. That's gaining an unfair advantage, and we can't allow it.
It's a jump stop, like.
Yeah, but you
It's
can't
a
move
step
forward.
into a jump stop on
No,
a
your
dribble.
pivot foot moved about 2 feet forward, and I can't allow it, sorry.
But when Jared Noonan gets a base like that, how is that a travel? Seriously.
I'm not explaining to him. He came to a stop about here. Pivot foot?
Yeah.
Say he came to a stop about here.
Yeah.
Defender. No. His pivot foot actually moves about 2 feet forward, and he's gaining an unfair advantage out of it. Can't allow.
7 travels. In 1 year we haven't had 7 travels, Paul.
And it's used.
7 travels. 7.
Mark, that's it. That's enough. I heard you the first time. That's enough now.
With the refs room organised, Paul, Maciek and Tom discuss how the first half went.
I said about the Neptune's bench.
Oh, now.
I said he got a warning already because if he's gonna start talking, question everything, and he's doing this.
He is now, yeah.
No call, he's questioning everything. So we need to stop. He will keep doing this. We need to stop because we got a close game and he'll be doing this.
We've got a nice game.
Got a good game.
You know.
Commissioner, anything?
You happy enough?
Yeah, very level. Seriously as well. There was they had no cause for complaint.
2 unsportsmanlike.
I didn't see it.
Oh, he just took the player out. He stepped across him, yeah. No attempt to play the ball.
There was no cause for complaint on either bench. The yardage, there was no cause for it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very level game.
Just the slenderest of leads for Killester in this final quarter. Jared Noonan brought it on and it's been finished by Michael McGinn. And the Ireland international has helped Neptune in front. 72-71. Real ebb and flow towards the dead. Robbie Clark for Killester, along with Kieran Rowe. Killester lead again. Great score by Michael Westbrooks. And the Killester captain, a real chip off the old block. Brilliant score from narrow angle by the baseline. Just inside the three-point ring, so it's down as 2, but 73-72 the Killester advantage. And a turnover, won by Westbrooks. Robbie Clark bringing it forward. Westbrooks in support to the left, but apart there also. Into the paint for Casey. 75-72. Killester's advantage improving. Good scoring now. Michael McGinn into the paint and he gets one back and it's a 1-point game. This looks like it's going down to the wire. Robbie Clark for Killester, holding it up. Had support from the side from Kieran Rowe. Great step up from the under-20s from last season. Clark has a long try for 3. Off the rim, rebound for Darren Towns. Neptune with a chance to bring it up and to take the lead. Right at the end. A contest which hasn't disappointed yet. Michael McGinn is in. Rudak has the pop, couldn't score, rebounded to Towns. Michael McGinn is in and he has been fouled. And Neptune will have chances from the line here. And worries for Dom Doherty, the Killester coach. McGinn to tie it up. It's 75 all. And that's the lead. 76-75 is Neptune's advantage. And Killester, who are looking comfortable, had that 6-point lead at half-time. 3-point lead a few moments ago. It's evaporated now. It's another foul. And now it's Neptune with the 3-point lead. Haven't they turned it around well? Kieran Rowe trying to bring it forward. Here's an intercept set. Brilliantly done and home by Darren Towns. And that might just settle it. He slammed it home. And he slammed Killester's head into the sand too. A great effort right on the buzzer. But it's victory for Neptune by 80 points to 78. What a finish.
So after a superbly contested game, the refs gather together for their post-match breakdown.
Tonight we have Mr. Tony Burke, our FIBA technical instructor, who has watched the game using our FIBA software and assessed us. And Tony's now going to give us the great news of how good we were, I presume.
I thought the game was very, very well refereed. The important thing with 3PO is there's a consistency in the level of calls between the referees, which there was tonight. There was excellent game control. A big aspect of particularly Super League games is the control of the management of the post play and the perimeter play, but particularly the post play with the bigger players. And I thought that was done. I thought they were consistent. I thought they let the players play, and I thought they did a really good job.
Thank you.
Switch out the camera. Well done.
Thanks, Tony.
Good job.
Thank you. We have luckily acquired 4 non-active FIBAs who have retired, and all 4 of them are coaching our referees now. And again, it's on a one-to-one basis. Again, they discuss the games, they get DVDs of the games, they're assessed through the DVDs, they're assessed through the games. So the development that we have started goes right from there, right from the 12-year-olds, right through mini basketball, through the schools, through the local area associations, through our national competitions, right up to the top end of our referees, to FIBA, to our latest FIBA referee. So there's huge opportunities, and we now, for the first time I think in a long time, have a clear pathway for referees from the time they join to the time they go to FIBA.
So Tommy, Red Corner Money have been our partners with Basketball Ireland. Tell us a bit about your association with them.
Well, Red Corner Money, in association with Basketball Ireland, has been brought to the wider basketball community in the country. And what we do is we provide financial services in various different product lines, like car insurance, home insurance, and also gadget and travel insurance. And we're constantly widening our spectrum. Our core products are health insurance, life insurance, income protection, and pensions. When we do any business with any club in the country, or their members or staff or any associates, what we do is we give back 33% of our commission, which is can be quite a sum, as you can imagine.
Excellent, and you've got a big prize to give away.
We do. 2 tickets to an up-and-coming event in the Aviva Stadium, and all your viewers have to do is to like Basketball Ireland's Facebook page.
To be in with the chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming event at the Aviva Stadium, go to Basketball Ireland's Facebook page and like it before January 25th. For all the latest information from Super League to schools basketball and everything in between, make sure to bookmark Basketball Ireland's website, www.basketballireland.ie, your go-to guide for the season. For the chance to win exclusive prizes throughout the season while getting the latest news from basketball around the country, remember to follow the official Basketball Ireland Twitter account @bballirl and like the Facebook page www.facebook.com/BB Ireland. Thanks for watching this edition of Irish Basketball Monthly. Make sure to join us here on Setanta for the Nivea Super League National Cup Finals on January 25th. And in February, Irish Basketball Monthly will be back on your screens for more news and views.
Looking to find a lead goal, not this time. Kelly to clear. Nice touch from Inku. Solved the dummy.